student, my name is Swapna Singh and today we are going to discuss about powders, pharmaceutical powders. So basically powders are solid dosage form and they are a mixture of finely divided drugs or chemicals in dry form and they are used for internally as well as externally. They are available in crystalline form and sometimes they are available in amorphous form, and there is a relationship between particle size of powder and dissolution, absorption and therapeutic effect of drugs. So advantages of powder: the first advantage of powder, that is it is more stable than other dosage form, as or you can say powders are more stable as compared to liquid dosage form. Because liquid dosage form there is chances of growth of microorganism. In liquid dosage form there is chances of damage its stability in liquid dosage form. That's why powder dosage form is more stable as compared to liquid dosage form. Second advantage, the chance of incompatibility are less as compared to liquid dosage form. Third advantage, that is the onset of action of powder drug is rapid as compared to other solid dosage form like tablets, capsule. Due to the smaller particle size of powder, it get dissolved easily in body fluid. So faster they dissolve in body fluid, so faster they absorb to the bloodstream. Next is large quantity of powder drug can be administered to the patient orally by dissolving or mixing a powder in the suitable liquid. Small children or elderly patient can easily take the powder drug as such or dispersed in water or any other liquid. So powders are more economical as compared with other dosage form because not required any special machinery or technique. So powders are more easy to carry than the liquid dosage form. So these all are the advantages of powder. After all these advantages, there are some disadvantages of powder dosage form, like powder having bitter taste, nauseous and unpleasant taste. Because of all these points, the powder form is difficult to administer. Second is delicate and hygroscopic drugs cannot be dispensed in powder form because hygroscopic drug, when it come in contact with moisture, they will liquefy, and drug which get affected by atmospheric condition are not suitable for dispensing in powder form. And at last, the dispensing of powder is a time consuming. Classification of powder. So there are 5 classes of powder dosage form. First one is bulk powder for internal use, bulk powder for external use. Third class, that is simple and compound powder. Fourth is powder enclosed in sachets and capsules. And last is compressed powder, which is known as tablets. So first one is bulk powder for internal use. When accuracy of dosage form is not required or it not important, at that time powders are dispensed in bulk form. So the first thing is that when accuracy is not required, that means if you are dispensing powder, if there is no any accurate dose for that powder, so that at that time you can easily dispense the powder in bulk form. And bulk powder contains several doses of powder. They are supplied in wide mouth container that permits easily removal of a spoonful powder. Whenever we pack the powder preparation, so we should pack or we should pack the powder in wide mouth bottle or wide mouthed container due to its easy removal of a spoonful powder. So the non-potent substances which are supplied in bulk are antacids and laxative like rhubarb powder. Bulk powder for external use, that are non-potent substance. So these powder are supplied in cardboard, glass or plastic containers which are often designed for a specific method of application. The dusting powders are supplied in perforated or sifter top container. And bulk powder which are commonly used for external applications. First is dusting powder, second is insufflations, third is snuffs, and the last one is dentifrices. So these all are the category of bulk powder which are commonly used for external applications. So first we go through the dusting powder. Dusting powder, they are meant for external use on the skin and is generally applied in very fine state to avoid local irritation. Therefore, dusting powder should be passed through sieve number 80 or 120 to enhance their effectiveness. So the dusting powder are two types, medical and surgical dusting powder. Medical and surgical dusting powder are free from, they must be free from pathogenic microorganisms or microbial growth. Medical and surgical dusting powders before use must sterilize dry heat method at 160 degrees Celsius for 2 hours. And surgical dusting powder, they are used in body cavity, also used on burn cases and umbilical cord of infants. And last one is medical dusting powders are generally used on superficial skin conditions. So this is all about the medical dusting powder as well as surgical dusting powder. In the preparation of dusting powder, the talc or kaolin starch that are mostly used, that are commonly used because they are chemically inert, and because of because of its nature, it is very easy for the preparation of dusting powder. But such ingredients are readily contaminated with pathogenic bacteria, so they must be sterilized before they are used by dry heat sterilization method. And dusting powders are dispensed in shifter or aerosol containers uh, because of its easy removal process. And the dusting powders are generally non-toxic, but inhalation of its fine powder ingredients by infants may lead to pulmonary inflammation, so proper care should be taken while handling. The use of dusting powder are antiseptic, astringent, absorbent and antiperspirant. Example, so for the preparation of dusting powder, we should take purified talc, sterilized condition 50 gram, starch powder 25 gram, zinc oxide powder 20 gram and salicylic acid powder 5 gram. So procedure for the preparation of dusting powder. First, we weigh accurately all the powders, that means purified talc, starch, zinc oxide and salicylic acid. Firstly, we weigh all the accurately all the powder and then mix them ascending order of their weight. That means we should add purify zinc salicylic acid, then zinc oxide, then starch, then finally purified talc. After mixing, after mixing pass the mixed powder through sieve number 85 or sieve number 120. So after sieving them lightly, mix them lightly and transfer into shifted top container and protect it from atmospheric contaminations. Direction for use, we should apply on the affected part 2 or 3 times a day or twice or thrice in a day. Okay, next is the use of dusting powder. So we use zinc oxide for the preparation of powder. Zinc oxide is used for astringent and antiseptic. Salicylic acid, it has antiseptic and fungicidal effect. Next is insufflations. So insufflations, these are medicated dusting powder. They are a kind of dusting powder, but they are medicated dusting powder because they contain some medicament in the preparation, and they are introduced into body cavities like nose, throat, ears, vagina with the help of an apparatus which is known as insufflator. This is the diagram of insufflators for introduced into the body cavity. Nowadays, the insufflations are available in the form of pressure aerosols, and these aerosols used for potent drug. So insufflations are used to produce a local effect in the treatment of ear, nose, throat infection. That means where in body cavities, wherever you have an infection, so you can use insufflations with antibiotic or to produce a systemic effect from a drug that is destroyed in the gut. Next is snuff. So snuffs, these are finely divided solid doses form of medicaments which are inhaled into nostrils for antiseptic activity, for by bronchodilators and decongestion action. And snuffs are dispensed in flat metal boxes or glass container with hinged lid. Last is dentifrices. So dentifrices, these are applied on the tooth surface with the help of brush. Dentifrices are the agent used in the buccal cavity for treatment of any infection in mouth or teeth. So in that contains suitable detergent or soap, some abrasive substances and suitable flavoring agents are involved. So abrasive agents like calcium sulfates are there, calcium carbonate is there, sodium carbonate, or sometimes we can use sodium chloride are used in fine powder. So formula, that is hard soap powder, which is 50 gram, calcium carbonate powder, the quantity is 935 gram, saccharine sodium 2 gram, peppermint oil is 4 ml, cinnamon oil is 2 ml, methyl salicylate is 8 ml.